Denmark's many charms have become apparent to a global audience, particularly in recent years. Scandinavia's European wing boasts glorious beaches, beautiful fairy tale castles, lush forests, a temperate climate, friendly citizens, and a joie de vivre that's infectious. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 rated tourist attractions in Denmark. And just wait till you see what's at number 3 and 2, something you may not even have thought of, so make sure you watch till the end. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more awesome travel guides, and make sure to hit the notification bell so that you know when we publish a new video. So let's cut to the chase. At 10, Vikingeskibsmuseet, Roskilde. The Vikingeskibsmuseet in Roskilde gives tourists the unique opportunity to see firsthand how the Vikings constructed their boats and how modern shipbuilders are restoring and repairing the vessels that have been unearthed. The boatyard, which is located next to the museum, uses traditional methods to create reproductions and bring old boats back to life. Inside the museum, visitors will learn about the Viking Age and the central role that maritime life played in the culture and survival of the people. The central exhibit, Viking Ship Hall, features 5 ships once used by the Vikings to form a barrier on Roskilde Fjord. After extensive and painstaking underwater excavations, the ships were restored and are now on display. At 9, Egeskov Castle, Kvarnstrup. Fairy tale Egeskov Castle lies in a beautiful setting less than 30 minutes drive from Odense and is the best preserved moat castle in Europe. The superb Renaissance structure as seen today was completed in 1554 and originally built for defense purposes. Over the centuries, the castle has changed hands many times and later became a model farm. In 1959, the grounds opened to the public and much renovation and development has taken place since. A vintage car museum opened in 1967 and other attractions include a treetop walk and Segway tours. The banqueting hall is simply magnificent. At 8, Kronborg Slot, Helsingør. Kronborg Castle is not only the setting of Shakespeare's Hamlet, but also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Consequently, it scores top billing on Helsingør's list of must-see sites. Even those with just a passing interest in the bard will surely want to visit. To be or not to be. The imposing structure is clearly visible as you approach, so you can't really miss it, not even you. The present incarnation dates from 1640, although several other fortresses preceded it. Serving as a garrison for a century or more, the castle was renovated in 1924. In the south wing, you'll find the castle chapel, which survived a fire in 1629 and has a magnificent Renaissance interior with German wood carvings. The north wing contains the great ballroom or knight's hall, while exquisite tapestries are displayed in the west wing. Next up at 7, Nyhavn, Copenhagen. The star of countless images and postcards of the city, Nyhavn, or New Harbour, is a great place to stroll or grab a slice of Copenhagen cafe culture. Located to the rear of Amalienborg Place, this was once a disreputable stretch of dockland, but has been given a new lease of life with its multicoloured houses, restaurants and tall ships, some of which are museums, dotting the quayside. Nyhavn is now a particularly charming quarter and consequently a major draw for tourists and locals alike. If you're feeling adventurous, you can catch a hydrofoil to Sweden from here or grab a pleasant harbour cruise to see the sights. Next up at 6, Lego House, Billund. Right up my street. The Lego House in Billund, the birthplace of the iconic Lego brick, is a family attraction that all ages will enjoy. Yes, even me. Those on a budget or just quickly passing through will appreciate the admission-free areas, which include 9 themed playgrounds, 3 outdoor squares, and the Tree of Life, a 15-metre Lego tree filled with details. Tourists can also choose to buy admission to explore the experience zones, each representing the classic brick's colours. Red for creativity, green for role-playing, blue for cognitive challenges, and yellow for emotions. Visitors also have a chance to learn all about the history of Lego and its founders, and how expensive it probably is. At 5, the National Gallery of Denmark, Statens Museum for Kunst, Copenhagen. The National Gallery of Denmark houses the country's largest collection of Danish art. The original exhibits were once housed at Christiansborg, but moved to the current location in the late 19th century. A gigantic extension has not only significantly extended the space, but allows natural light to flood into the interior of the museum. Covering more than 700 years of European and Scandinavian art, the museum displays paintings by the Dutch masters Picasso and Edvard Munch, among others. Not surprisingly, fine collection of Danish art are also on display. The cafe is particularly pleasant and a great place to unwind and soak up the surroundings. Sounds great. Next up at 4, the Open Air Museum, Frilandsmuseet, Lyngby. Just over 15 kilometers outside Copenhagen, you'll find the Open Air Museum, part of the Danish National Museum and a must-see for many visitors to Denmark. Occupying 35 hectares, there are authentic farmhouses, agricultural buildings, dwellings and mills from across the country in this living museum. There are also ancient breeds of domestic animals, magnificent historic gardens to wander through, atmospheric old houses from Schleswig, Holstein and Sweden, as well as numerous picnic sites. You can even take a horse-drawn carriage around the grounds. And now at 3, the National Museum of Denmark, Nationalmuseet, Copenhagen. A 10-minute stroll from Tivoli Gardens leads to the National Museum, which delves into Danish history and culture. The museum displays an impressive collection of Danish artifacts, including a 2,000-year-old sun chariot, Danish porcelain and silver, and Romanesque and Gothic church trimmings. Other collections highlight clothing from the 18th and 19th centuries, as well as antique furniture. Supplementing this journey back through Danish history is an excellent ethnographic exhibition with items from Greenland, Asia and Africa, among others. At the Children's Museum, kids will find plenty of things to do. They can dress up in period costume, climb aboard a Viking ship and visit a 1920s-style classroom. Next up at 2, Christiansborg Palace, Copenhagen. On the tiny island of Slotsholmen in the centre of Copenhagen, you'll find the Danish seat of government. Boasting more than 800 years of history, Christiansborg is the power base of the Kingdom of Denmark and now home to the Parliament, the Prime Minister's office and the Supreme Court. Fans of the TV series Borgen will be familiar with the setting. Several wings are still used by the royal household and much of this is open to the public. Bishop Absalon built fortifications of the city here in 1167, and visitors can see ruins of the bishop's castle, which was destroyed in the 14th century, as well as the medieval fortress. And finally, at 1, it's Tivoli Gardens, Copenhagen. When visiting Copenhagen, many visitors make a beeline for this iconic recreation space. Dating from 1843, Tivoli is the inspiration behind the world-famous Disney theme parks, and here you'll find a huge range of attractions including a roller coaster, roundabouts, puppet theatres, restaurants, cafes, gardens, food pavilions and even a Moorish-style concert hall. Known across the world, Tivoli has appeared in numerous movies and is a true symbol of the city. At night, firework displays illuminate the sky, and in winter, the gardens are adorned with lights for the Christmas season. During the summer, you can catch free rock concerts on Friday nights. And there you have the top 10 rated tourist attractions in Denmark. Did you like what you saw? Let us know in the comments down below. Share this video with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fantastic travel guides. That's all for now. Until next time.